Welcome to the Mind Vault. If you've ever wondered why you do what you do, this channel is for you. We unlock the psychology behind your patterns, habits, and thoughts.
Okay, let's dive right in. We're going to explore the wisdom of one of history's greatest warriors, Miyamoto Musashi. But we're not just looking at how to fight with a sword. What we're really after is a blueprint for mastering our own inner world, a way to forge a mind that's truly unbreakable, especially in the middle of all our modern chaos. Musashi gives us this incredible piece of advice. It's about humility, it's about perspective, getting your ego out of the driver's seat. But let's be real for a second. That sounds fantastic in theory, right? The real question is, how do you actually live like that? I mean, think about our world. It's just constant pressure. We're bombarded by notifications, deadlines, social media, what everyone else is doing. We're swimming in this sea of emotional turbulence every single day. So how can wisdom from centuries ago really help us navigate the maze we live in now? Well, the very first step is a big one. It's recognizing where the real fight is actually happening. It's not with your boss or the person who cut you off in traffic. The most important battles, the ones that really shape who you are, they happen almost entirely inside your own head. That is the emotional battlefield. The writer Dostoevsky absolutely nailed this inner conflict. He wrote about the underground man, someone so lost in their own head, in envy and overthinking that they're just paralyzed. And he compared that to the man of action, who just lives decisively. I think so many of us can feel like that underground man today, just trapped and overwhelmed by the noise in our own minds. So if that's the battlefield, who's the master? Well, that would be the legend himself, Miyamoto Musashi. He wasn't just a swordsman. He was a philosopher of action who figured out a profound way to conquer that inner world. Get this, over 60 duels. Not sparring matches, we're talking life-or-death fights. And he was undefeated. But his real power, the thing that's lasted for centuries, wasn't just how he swung a sword. It was his total mastery of strategy, and more than anything, of his own mind. At the very core of his entire philosophy is this one concept, Fudo. It means the path of immovability. But, and this is key, it's not about being rigid or physically frozen. It's about building this deep mental and emotional stability that lets you stay calm, centered, and totally present, no matter what kind of storm is brewing around you. And if you want to see this in action, look no further than his most famous duel against the brilliant Sasaki Kojiro. Musashi didn't just fight, he waged psychological war. He intentionally arrived 3 hours late, making his opponent furious. Then, instead of a proper sword, he shows up with a crude wooden oar he carved on the boat ride over, a massive insult. He got Kojiro to react with pure rage, and then he used that emotional chaos to control the fight and win. It proves a timeless point. Whoever can anger you, masters you. So that brings up the big question, right? How did he do it? How did he achieve that unshakable state of Fudo, especially with his life literally on the line? He did it through a practice he called Mushin no Shin. It translates to mind without mind. Think of it like this. It's that state of pure flow where you're completely free from the constant chatter of your ego, from all the distracting thoughts and reactive emotions. You become a witness to your mind, not a prisoner of it. It's exactly what a modern athlete means when they say they're in the zone, acting with pure, fluid, effortless intention. And this is where it gets really fascinating. Musashi's way isn't some weird, isolated idea. It's a universal truth. It's like a river of wisdom that you can see flowing through all sorts of different cultures and all through time. The great Muhammad Ali put it perfectly. Different rivers, same water. All these different philosophies, they're all pointing toward these same fundamental truths about who we are. Musashi's path is just one of those really powerful rivers. You can see the exact same idea in ancient Stoicism. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius taught something very, very similar. He talked about embracing your fate, saying your real strength isn't in what happens to you, but in your ability to handle it with grace. That right there, that is Fudo. And what about Taoism? Well, they have the concept of wu wei, or effortless action. It's all about flowing with the natural way of things, the Tao, instead of constantly fighting and struggling against it. That's the heart of Mushin. And listen, this isn't just some dusty, ancient philosophy. Modern neuroscience, thanks to people like Dr. Joe Dispenza, shows us that we can consciously break our old reactive habits, those loops of thinking and feeling the same way over and over. By intentionally choosing new thoughts and feelings, we can literally create a whole new state of being. And then you have growth mindset psychology. Neuroscientist Andrew Huberman explains that the key to building resilience and getting better at anything is to praise the effort, the process, not just the raw talent or the win. That lines up perfectly with Musashi's absolute obsession with constant, unrelenting training. Okay, so we get the problem, we've met the master, and we understand the philosophy. Now, we get to the most important part of all. How do we actually take this ancient wisdom and start using it to forge our own unbreakable mind, right here, right now? Well, lucky for us, Musashi literally wrote the manual. His book, The Book of Five Rings. And these aren't just rules for sword fights. They're principles for life. Rules like train unremittingly in the way, or do not engage in superfluous activities. I mean, how relevant is that last one in our world of infinite distractions? It's all about being present, being focused, and being purposeful in everything we do. I think the philosopher Alan Watts captured the spirit of this whole practice perfectly. He reminds us that life isn't some journey where the goal is just to rush to the destination. It's more like a dance. The point isn't to get to the end of the song. The point is to actually enjoy the dance while the music is playing. So, when you strip it all away, Musashi's wisdom shows us a powerful, timeless truth. Your greatest opponent, your biggest challenge, and your most meaningful victory will always, always be found inside your own mind. He's given us the strategy. He's shown us the way. The only question left is the one on the screen. Are you prepared to win?
If this opened your eyes, imagine what else is hiding in your mind. Don't forget to subscribe for weekly episodes that decode your brain, one pattern at a time. And if something clicked today, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Until next time, stay curious.